it's Lizzie. Today's video is about why I do not show my daughter on my public social media. I have not even posted any photos of her to my private Facebook account. I haven't even shared her name anywhere. I'm going to be keeping things very private, and I thought it would be so good to make a video about why I am against family vlogging channels, and this includes any YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram pages that involve family vlogging and use kids to make content. I want to start by saying that I think most parents have very pure intentions with sharing their kids online. I know when I became a mom, I was so excited to show off my baby. I took so many photos and videos of her. I texted photos to my family and some of my close friends, and so I totally get that natural instinct of being so proud of creating your baby, birthing your baby, and just wanting to show off your baby to people who you love. And so I think that it can start from a really pure place, but I think ultimately it's the wrong decision to be posting children on public social media, especially when you're making money off of it. This is specifically about public social media accounts, not private ones. I know plenty of people who have private Instagram accounts with not many followers, and they're posting photos of their children and their family and best friends follow. That's completely different than someone who has a public account and they're making money from their content, and their content is about their kids. My husband and I decided to not even put photos of our daughter on our private social media accounts, just because there are so many people on private social media accounts who you don't actually know. On my Facebook page, I have over 1,000 friends. I don't know most of these people. I don't even recognize most of these people. And so we don't even put her on private social media accounts, but if we do want to post our daughter, what we will do is, like, we're holding her and her face is facing this way, or her face is that way, or we'll blur her face. And so there's a way to share photos with your friends and family online without showing your daughter's face on it. And so for us, we do sometimes post photos of her with her looking away or her face blurred, and she has been in some videos before with her face covered or her looking the other way. Number one is that children cannot consent to being put on the internet forever. Yes, even if you delete a post or delete a video, you can still find it on internet archive sites. So anytime you post a photo or video online, it is up forever. Even if a child asks to be in the video or is excited to make content, or if the parent asks their kid, do you want to be in this video? And the kid says yes, or they ask, do you want to be on our family vlogging channel? And the kid says, I love being on the family vlogging channel. They cannot consent to being online. They're not old enough to fully understand what being on the internet forever even is. And so even if a kid acts excited to be in the video, they do not understand the concept and everything that comes with being online. Young children especially really want to please their parents and make them happy, and so a lot of times they'll see their parent is so excited for them to be in the video, and they might inside not actually be excited to film, but they want their parent to be happy, and so they act like they want to be in the video anyways. You really have no idea what the kids are actually thinking. The concept of this content being permanently online and anyone they ever meet in the future being able to view that content, that's just a concept that children cannot understand. Going along with finding photos online, I think it's equally strange that all of these details about a kid's life is just online. And so anyone who knows them from school, knows them from church, wants to date them, wants to be friends with them, can just go online and watch content and find out all of these details about the kid's life. I think that's so odd. I think that someone should be able to tell people who they are when they meet them in person, and they shouldn't be able to go online on their parents' social media and find out all these details about them and their life and their thoughts and their interests. I just think that's so inappropriate, and I think that we should let kids be kids and share with people whatever they want when they want, but we shouldn't do that for them. I think about with myself, I started YouTube when I was 15. Everyone who was romantically interested in me growing up watched my YouTube videos and found out all these things about me when they were talking to me, and it was honestly impossible to get people to not watch my channel who wanted to date me, and it was really frustrating. I felt like I didn't have privacy. It was something out of my control, and I did that to myself because I chose to put myself online, but I couldn't imagine that happening to a child where it's not even their decision to become an influencer, but their parent is an influencer, and now when people are trying to date them, they go and watch 30 videos of them online to find out things about them. That's just such an uncomfortable situation, and I definitely don't want to put any of my children in that. I grew up without social media. I didn't get a Facebook until I was in high school, and I think back, what if my parents had been posting a ton of our home videos and home photos online for everyone to see forever? I would be so embarrassed. There are so many photos that I don't like how I look in them. There are so many embarrassing home videos, and I think it's so great that growing up my friends couldn't look online and view all these embarrassing or random moments of me growing up. I'm actually so excited to see that some of the biggest TikTok and Instagram accounts that talk about being parents have stopped showing their kids' faces online. So instead they'll show the back of their kid or blur their kid's face off or just not have their kid in the content but still talk about being parents. And I think it's so incredible how huge accounts have stopped showing their children, and I think it's so cool that we're going in a trend of respecting children's privacy, and hopefully this can lead to laws being created to protect children on social media from their parents. Next is safety concerns. This involves so many things. I don't even have that big of a channel, and I've had violent threats made towards my life by stalkers, and so if it's happened to me, I know it has happened multiple times to most influencers and creators. And so the fact that someone would want to hurt me, of course they would want to find my child or use my child to find me. I do not want my stalker to know what my kids look like and be able to recognize them in public. And this is a big reason why I've never shared my daughter's name, because I remember growing up when I would win a music competition or a cross-country meet, a lot of times they would print people's names and put them in a newspaper that would also be posted online that would say where someone went to school. I've thought about that, and there's no way that I want someone to be able to know my daughter's name, Google it, find out what school she goes to, and then be walking around my neighborhood trying to find our house. It's seriously so weird to me when people film the front of their house, because I am so scared all the time about what I'm posting because I don't want people to find me. I've had a few stalker situations over the course of my YouTube channel, and it's taught me to be extremely careful about where I'm posting photos from, making sure that someone cannot find my neighborhood where I live in, find my workplace, find where I go to church, where I go to the grocery store, where I'm going out to eat. I'm so careful what I post online because I don't want someone to be able to scroll through my feed and then be able to locate me. And so the fact that someone might know what one of my children looks like and be able to find them in public and go after them because they're going after me is terrifying. The next thing when it comes to safety concerns is AI. If someone knows what your kid sounds like and looks like, they can make AI content making your kid say something that they didn't actually say. And we're already seeing this online on TikTok and Instagram with celebrities, where sometimes I'll be scrolling and there'll be a video and I'm like, you know, this is kind of odd. I don't really believe they would say that, and then I read the comments and a lot of people are like, is this AI? And so the fact that people could do that not only to celebrities but to your own children should be really alarming, and we shouldn't be putting our kids at risk. Another thing that is so sad is there's a lot of sexual predators online who go through family vlogging content, and I read that they even make video compilations of videos of kids in their diapers and onesies, just less clothing, and then they'll make a compilation video of it for other pedophiles to watch. And so it seems like you're posting an innocent photo or video of your kid, but then we have sexual predators who are using that for their gratification. And another thing to think about is deep fake is a type of AI porn where they take someone's face and then they make pornography with it with someone else's body. The possibility that a sexual predator could be looking through my content and then making pornography with it with AI is just so horrible, and I don't want that to happen. Next reason is that I talk about very controversial things on my YouTube channel. I talk about religion and I talk about mental illness. I don't want my daughter going to school and people recognizing her from the internet and being like, oh, your mom has bipolar disorder, your mom's a Catholic convert. I don't want all of these controversial things to be associated with my daughter and other future children I have unless they want that to be associated with them. I just think about how weird would it be if my daughter is going to school and someone is like, oh, I recognize you from this YouTube channel. Your mom has bipolar disorder. She's a Catholic convert. I just think those are private things. And I know when I was in school, I was very open about being religious and having controversial conversations, but not everyone is like that. And if my daughter wants to go to school and not get into controversy and doesn't want to talk about mental illness, I think that's totally normal, and I don't think my daughter's face should be associated with this controversial content unless she wants to talk about that with the people in her life. The final reason why I don't show my daughter online is I do not want to blur the lines of family and business. I barely show my husband on my social media. I think it is so weird to have romantic, sweet videos of things you're doing for each other that is performative. It's to be posted. Did he get me flowers because he wanted to get me flowers or because we wanted to post it on my Instagram? Did he just kiss my cheek sweetly in this video because we're gonna post it, or because he wanted to do it? Since I grew up with YouTube, I saw so many people dating or married vlogging their relationships, and so many of them ended up breaking up. So then if you add kids into the dynamic, you really start to wonder what is real. Are you doing that because you want to do it, or are you doing it to create good content? I don't want my husband or my children to ever wonder if I'm doing something for them because I want to have it on video for my content, or if I'm actually doing it because I care about them. And so I think for me, I really like having that separation of business and family, and that's why you will not see my husband or my daughter in my content very often. I also don't talk about them that often. I really like having a separation. Another big problem is often it is unpaid labor. Children are expected to be in family vlogs, and unlike child acting where a certain amount of money is put aside until the child turns 18, there are not clear laws for family vlogging channels, and there are not any laws protecting income for children who are being used in content. There are some families who actually have bank accounts and pay their children to be in their content, and I'm still against them being in the content for the other reasons I talked about in this video, but that is a lot better than children just being forced to be in content without any payment. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!